So how many monkeys it take to pull a bearing race out of a tranny?
Trying to find out.
Alright, so we clean a few more parts up. There's all the hardware and shit over here. That's your case. We want to trade for this one?
They both look about the same.
Totally different. This one takes the other half of Smitty's gear set. That's a 77 later version.
I just meant in the quality.
See it? There. This one takes the cage bearings here.
Yep. And I noticed it has that support.
So I don't know why you guys over here screwing around instead of pulling the damn part out. Yeah. That's how you do it downtown. We got our new lights in here. So I can see better now. Turn the light off of yours. See a little better in here now?
Yeah, it's like a hospital in there.
Need a screwdriver. Yeah, throw it up there. I'll catch it. Well, slam it. Slam it. Slam it. There we go. Okay, this is the late race, what you need for your bike. This is what's stock on this bike. Late 77, early 70, through 79, all the way through 70. 80 they changed it.
So I got a 62 case with a late race and early shift patterns.
I don't know what you got yet. I just know what this piece is. This has the holes in it like you're supposed to have in yours.
I noticed that other case too doesn't have those outboard sliders either.
Well,
So they weren't supposed to adjust those?
nope. There. So this does not have that groove in there for the little key. So when you run that nut you got,
Yeah.
that has a seal on the end of it,
Yep.
it'll actually seal. If you have the one with the groove sticking out, you have to pack it full of silicone like yours was, and it still leaks. So this one here is in good shape too. It's not even marked up or anything. It's like new all the way around.
Wow.
So that's what you need for your bike. So to use out in this bike, we have to turn the OD down a little bit. If you use the correct seal, if you use the crappy seal like these are, then you just use this as is. If you want to put the cork in there, you have to cut this out, the room for the cork, because this is about 100 thou bigger in diameter.
So one seals and one doesn't seal.
Yeah, so it depends on how you want to do it. But that's 100% interchangeable other than that. So anyway, you see my other videos how I do it. All right, so that's that one. So this one here, we got that broken stuff there. So on the late case, they're flat because it has aluminum primary, it doesn't move back and forth. The early trannies, they have these grooves right here, which are basically dowels it into place, so it slides back and forth, and it has the adjuster. That's the difference between the 64 and earlier case and the 65 case. This one's a 78 case because it has the late bearings in it.
So that support plate looking thing on the late case, that bolts right to the aluminum primary, huh?
Yeah, this goes to primary, not that case. You still got the plate here, but this bolts to primary, which aligns everything.
Okay.
That's what these ears over here are for.
Hmm.
So you don't have those ears. See?
No. So the other case with the ears, you can run electric start, but my case kick only.
Right, this has no provision to hold the inner primer. You have to use a different design.
Mm.
Doesn't mean you can't do it, it's just all open. You gotta use custom stuff.
Ah.
Not very good. So you could put these in the early bikes, but then you have to have an adjustable transmission plate, and you gotta cut these ears off if you wanna put the tin primary on it.
Lame.
But then you can use a late training early bike. You can use the early training a late bike if you don't use the aluminum primary. Use tin primary.
I've seen that done
So
before.
then it works. So you interchange, because 4-speed to 4-speed, they're very similar, but things do change. So this looks like JB weld like I thought it was. So that's got to be drilled out. You can see the race right here. See the insert?
Yep.
So this has a steel insert in there, so hopefully it's not stripped. We'll get that out. And we'll do that. This here, I got to see if that's hardened, and we got to get that out. So
Would you drill that out?
look like this, where it's got threads in it. If it's hard, it'll be a bit harder. Anyway, that's the next thing we got to play with. So that's it for now. Cut it. Okay, got everything all cleaned up. So these two cluster gears are bad, and my good one is the only one that's good. So the one that I thought was good, which was this one, is actually all burned, torn up inside the hole here, but it's equally torn up all the way around. So you can see kind of the chatter marks in there. You can definitely feel those with your finger. So it's not round or true, it's just equally all eaten up. So it's like driving down a bad road, it's totally junk. This one here is smooth a little bit, and it's got potholes and big chunks of potholes on this nut. So this has smooth areas, but it's bad. That one's worse all the way around than this one, even though this looks worse. So both sides are kind of the same. So both of these are not the best of quality. So this one here is a nice, good used one, so that's probably what we're going to wind up using here. So where is your matching other gears at? This is our high gear that looks really good. So we got a good set going. Alright, here you go. So this one had the bushing was loose, but usable. Okay, we're going to use that. We have a case race that's kind of crappy, but that's what we're out to use. That's the good one. This is the crappy one here. See the one with the groove in it? See how they're the same basic thing, but they're different. See?
Yep.
So see the different diameter?
Yep.
So this works with a crappy seal like you had. This works with the correct seal with it has that cork in it. So I like using this style. Whatever you want to use is what we use. Okay, we need washers. Washer. Thrust washer, inner one. This is the outer thrust washer. So bearings go in between, see? This goes in between that. See how that goes around that piece?
Yes.
This sits flat against this piece. Your sealing area is this little lip right here. That's it.
Do you assemble the bearings before you put it into the case?
No, you slam it in like that and run with what it is. Big hammer, beat it in. No, that's how you do it. Stupid question. Okay, here's our high gear dog. See how it's marked high on one side?
Yes.
It goes toward high. It doesn't go down there though. What's up? Must be wrong. Third gear. I think this one we're going to use, wouldn't it? Because it's there. Second gear, that's this one. It goes on this side. See how this all goes?
Yes, I do.
Third gear washer. Have to get a new snap ring. Here's our dog. High gear out. Gear. See how that works?
Yes.
We didn't do a blast in that, did we?
I think the snap ring's floating around somewhere.
Most of the snap rings we don't reuse. Second gear I don't mind reusing, but that's second gear. Most of these other things you don't reuse them.
Oh.
Okay, this here's where your bearing goes, which you don't have. We have the bearing race that goes on there. We have the plate.
Yes.
Goes right there. And we have a kicker. We have a nut. Where's the big nut?
That one.
Right there. Goes there. Kicker gear goes there. Ratchet gear goes there. This is the other nut here. And the lock tab is in there.
So main shaft, it's all there except for bearings.
Yeah, you're missing some bearings, a couple snap rings. So there's your whole unit,
Wow.
waiting to be used.
Beautiful.
Okay, now the other side we got issues with. Is this one we're going to use? I think this was the one we're going to use. This is my old one. This is the one we were going to use.
Oh, that's why we cleaned it.
Yeah, this had the better teeth, I remember. Yeah, that's why we cleaned it. Make sure it was good. Alright, that goes there for now. Okay, now, that's how you get rid of all that crap. We got these all cleaned up. Where's that bushing you had? Goes inside here still. Stinks in there. Okay. So you had one bushing and one was running without on it, but I think it's usable. See, the Harley part, even though you abused the piss out of it, it's still usable. See, they're heat treated and they're still round and feel good. And the bushings still go on there, so we're good.
That's good news.
You will have to get a new bushing, or at least another bushing for you.
New to me.
New to you would be nice. That we need. Where's the other one? This one has some wear on it, but it's usable. It's better than this one. So these are your two forks we're going to use. What happened to that box we had? Lost it already?
The box.
We'll figure it out later. We got this here. Okay, so this here is going to be this stuff here. I'm going to be using this stuff. There we go. Alright, now, this is my high gear. Okay, where's the cluster at? Cluster gear. What you got for washers in here? The third gear we could have used. Any washers in there? No. Yeah, you can going to be using that. We might use this, I don't know. Late transmission, we're not using this stuff. So these are probably late bushings, which makes it work. Late bushing. See how it fits on the shaft? That means it's late, because that's a late shaft. They have a bigger, this is 5 thou bigger than the early one, so you're not supposed to mix. People mix them all the time because they're stupid.
Ah.
That's why the gears rattle back and forth and why the teeth go like that and break teeth and wear out like that and look like shit. Stupid. Okay, so we have this. Where's your bushings at?
Perhaps in the box.
In here in the crappy box?
Perhaps.
There's probably nothing wrong with the damn things. Except they're dirty. I only see the one. We need to get this gear off of here. That one.
The Speedo drive gear?
Yep.
Does it need to have one? Only if you want a Speedo, right?
If you use this, we need that. They go together.
This can't just sit there not touching anything.
Shit, if you're not going to use it, I'll keep the damn thing. I'll give you a shitty one.
I don't have a Speedo, so I don't really care if I have a
That's
Speedo
this
gear.
week you don't have one. Next week that might change. Okay, for now I'm going to use this bushing because it's clean. There's the other bushings. I knew you had some more bushings someplace. Right here. These are the ones that came with the gears. They should go with the gears. These go on here. Snap ring. Doesn't fit though. Okay, where is the dog? Dog. That's the original dog. It's the best one. Washer right there. I'm going to put that in there so I don't lose that. You got that. Boom. cluster setup minus the gear that's missing. Okay, now there's a bunch of little washers that are missing. They're right here. So that goes right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's one in there.
Does that gear act like a spacer?
So these are the 2 washers that are missing because they go inside of there, see? So I'm going to put both on one side. Roller's going between the 2 thrust washers. This is your in-play thrust washer over here. It goes on this side right here. This will set your in-play.
Hmm.
See how it's chewed up?
Yep.
See how it matches that gear?
Yep.
That's what chews it up. Okay, so that's where all this stuff here goes. So that gives you a whole set right there. We don't know if all these pits, we don't know if this is the correct washer, but it's one. Yours is floating around over there. It needs to be cleaned up. It might be used too. So this is all the stuff you need for that side. Now we're missing we need a shaft because this one has questionable quality. Now if you want to make it a cheap transmission, then we reuse a lot of your parts and we use this shaft. And we use one of these junk gears over here. Probably the one that's better of the 2 is this one. So you use light components. You can use bad parts. Yeah, this can't be used. This one's junk. Feel up on it. It's gone.
Yeah. Buy a new one.
This one matches this one.
Junk.
It's worn out. That's how this is all worn out. These 2 go together as junk.
I'd rather buy a new shaft.
That's a couple $1,000-mile tranny. Is all that's going to live. Maybe junk. Okay, so here's our nut for our counter shaft, which we will be needing. So it's over there. There's a lock tab we'll need. There's a lock tab we'll need. There's a kicker spring you're going to need. Put on the drive for now. This is a bunch of junk over here. There's a new shift fork lock. We might need that. We got a good one of those. Junk. Extra parts. Lock tab for counter shaft. This is my gear here. It's not very good, but it's better than yours.
Is that the one where you wanted me to grind the...
That's the one that's a piece of crap, but it's better than yours. The kicker will work for a little while.
We could grind the...
It'll work for a little while, but not long. Okay,
like probably 1,000 kicks. So like 10 starts.
Like about 100 kicks if you're lucky.
Can ride the bike a few times.
This here stuff is no good. This is no good. This is no good. This stuff here doesn't match your tranny. No good, no good, no good. There.
Ooh, ancient.
Is that crystallized?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
You like how I did it on purpose? Okay, so this goes in here. So we don't have room for this piece. It almost fits, see?
Yep.
It goes the other way. It goes this way?
I don't know.
It fits worse that way, but I think that's how it came out.
I think it's that way.
Fits better this way.
I think because it got more shit on it now than it did before.
Yeah, it's got more shit on it. There, it fits like that. Perfect. This one fits like that, right?
No, I think like that way.
Like that way?
Maybe.
Like maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's your fork pile. Small parts pile. Like little small parts pile we're going to need. All of the stuff we need. So we need all of these parts. There's that. Kick steer. I guess that goes there.
Well, what makes you go down the road?
You need forks. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to leave those assembled though. Right there. That's what that hole in the middle is for.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Look, it almost fits.
Yeah.
Almost.
Make it almost fit into the tranny.
Look at all these extra parts here. Where all these go?
I think half of those are probably Smitty's.
There it is. Oh, this is on this side.
Yeah, that one was his.
There's a lot of parts here. You like good transmission parts in here.
That's his. It has a foam on it.
This is my good gear. These are mine over here. I don't know what it looks like, but anyway, that's how it goes.
We'll call you Mark.
It's all junk. All right.
Thanks for
See you
helping
guys.
us.
See you later. So anyway, this is all stuff that you're going to use to get everything cleaned up better. So So we still got to find some. There's going to have to be a couple new parts involved in this transmission to make this all work.
Well,
Empty. And then the over here you got some. We'll have to dig all the screws out of there and stuff like that. There should be a key in there or two, and some other junk we'll have to dig out.
Yep. And I have a couple more bags.
Take this gear off of here, and then we'll blast that clean, and it'll be good. And the rest of it's trash.
Is there a snap ring that is
It
involved?
presses on and off.
Ah.
Transmission plate needs to be cleaned up. A lot of stuff just needs to be cleaned up. Most of it's 90% of the shit will just junk.
Nice.
There's a couple things. There's some screws in here we need. Some other stuff. That all has to be cleaned up yet. I'm not doing that right now though.
All right.
All right. So there's where we go on that, and then the case is needs to be figured out. So let's go see what's going on with that part of the piece of crap. Flip that off in a minute.